this make sense. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Get you one of these shirts. Don't tread on her. Women need to stand up for women's rights. Men need to stand up for women's rights. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get a notification anytime I go live, make a video. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, somebody make this make sense. Now, let's put this in perspective. And I like that Riley Gaines literally blasted this person about their cheating that went on in women's sports. But like, let's just, even if you don't agree with me politically, you think I'm a right-wing extremist and you're a far leftist, let's talk about reality. Have you ever seen a trans woman, a trans man, that means a girl turned into a man, enter into male sports and break a record? I have lost count of how many trans women, that mean a man that's transitioned into a woman, entering into women's sports and breaking records. That alone tells you that there must be a difference between a man and a woman, even in the trans community. It is unfair for a man to compete against women. It is not equally unfair for a woman to compete in male sports because she's going to lose. She will never be as strong. I don't care how many steroids she take. I don't care what she do. A woman will never be as strong as a man. So even though she transitioned to a man, she can't compete with men. A man will never be fair in a fight against women in women's sports because he is much stronger than her. So even if he transition, even if he take hormones, he's still going to be way stronger than the average woman by far. So watch what I said in real time. Record smashed. Roll the clip.
5. This will be a national record.
Think about this. This person doesn't look as big or not much bigger than the other two women. Physically, round-wise. What's the difference? When you are a man, you have more muscle density. Therefore, your strength to size ratio is incredibly different. You can be the same weight as a woman and you will be 10 times stronger. That's why this guy is no different probably in weight class than these women, but the muscle density in a male body will allow you to be 10 times stronger than they are. Roll the clip.
There is a new Canadian national record holder in women's powerlifting. The only problem is it wasn't set by a woman. Trans-identified Anne Andres competed at the 2023 Western Canadian Championships yesterday. According to results, Andres' total powerlifting score was over 210 pounds more than the top performing female in the same class.
200 pounds more than the top performing female. What other evidence do you need to see that this is not fair in some way? It's not like they lifted 10,000 pounds and 200 pounds is a small increment. They're only lifting 500. Well, this person lifted 500 pounds. The women lifted maybe 300 pounds. 200-pound difference is a lot. You're literally almost doubling the strength of those girls. Now, girl against girl was competitive. Girls against a guy, he did 200 pounds more than they did.
Sources say that this is an unofficial world record for the class that Andres competed in. And as if his domination competing against the women wasn't enough, watch as he mocks female powerlifters.
Why is women's bench so bad? I mean, not compared to me. We all know that I'm a tranny freak, so that doesn't count. And no, we're not talking about Mackenzie Lee. She's got little T-Rex arms and she's like 400 pounds of chest muscle, apparently. I mean, standard bench in powerlifting competition for women, I literally don't understand why it's so bad.
Let's rephrase that. Women's bench might be bad to you because you are a male who's gone through male puberty with a male amount of testosterone. Being a woman or a female athlete doesn't mean we're inferior or not capable of accomplishing incredible things, but it means we're different to men. And that's exactly why the women's sporting category was ever even created. And we deserve to be recognized and celebrated based off of those physical ceilings and our own uniqueness. Andre's record is a mediocre lift by a mediocre male power lifter because the Canadian Powerlifting Union is discriminating against female athletes.
Boom. 500-pound deadlift is nothing to a man. They deadlifting 800 pounds, 1,000 pounds. Men are squatting 1,000. So that's nothing in the grand scheme of male powerlifting, but 200 pounds more. 200. That's almost double what the women were doing. And I'll say the reason that this is harmful is because those women deserve to win that powerlifted 300 some pounds. They're the best out of all the women. They're the best out of the women. But when you add a man in there, he's 200 pounds over them. There's no way they can compete. And it's not because this person has been a woman and experienced women puberty or female puberty and they've just been working harder than them and lifted more than they have and dedicated more, diet is better. It's just because simply the person is biologically advantaged because the person is a man. It's crazy to me that like everybody in America don't agree to this. Like it's okay not to discriminate against trans people and all that, but you also have to be fair to women. And if you saw that trans people were losing, they were competitive with women, you'll say, okay, there may not be a big difference. But Leah Thomas won by like 30 seconds. And competitive women are beating each other by 2 or 3 seconds. You got a person out lifting women by 200 pounds. Like double what the women are lifting. It's not even close. They go to track, beat the record by a whole minute, 2 minutes. It's like, we have to all admit that there's some unfairness here, and we can fix that by creating a new category if people really want to do it. That's all I got to say. Let me get to the next video. I'm out.